Good day friends, I am Francisco M. Lopez, and for this video, I am going to perform my third activity task on computer aided design using Autocad 2021. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's start. So this is my third activity entitled Power Feed Bracket, and we will start with this first figure. Okay, so first thing that I'm going to do is gonna zoom it a little bit, and then this circle, okay, then C per circle, and then D for the diameter of 1.13. Next, circle again, with a diameter of 2.06, and then circle again, with a diameter of 2.88. Okay, and the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a line here at the center, going to right, and then the length of this line is 5.26, the degree of 0. Then next line here, I'm going to trace it, then with the length of 1.62. Okay, so let me check. Okay, that's it, 1.62. And then going down with the length of 1.26, then going left with the length of 3.62. Again, sorry, line 3.62. Okay, then going up also with the length of 1.26, and then with a degree of 90. Enter, and then simply connect it to the end point of that line. Enter. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a line here at the midpoint with the length of 0.76. Enter. Then circle again with a radius of 0.1875. Then next, I'm going to create a line here again with the length of 2.26. Okay, 2.26. And then I'm going to create a circle here with the length with the radius of 0.1875. Then next, I'm going to do the fillet with a radius of 0.12, and then I'm going to fillet this rectangle, edges of the rectangle. Okay, then repeat fillet this one and this one. Okay, and then I'm going to remove this guideline. Then I'm going to change my color properties rather with magenta, and going to select a line type here. This one, center 2. And the next is this one, ISO dash. Then click OK. Then I'm gonna change my line type into center 2. Then create a line, then until here. Okay. Then next, can we check my tangent if it is activated? Yes. Then okay. And then next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to change my properties, and then line here up to the tangent of that circle. Okay. And then line again. We're going to create this part. Then with a length of 1.49. Okay, and then going left with a length of 2.62. Okay, and then next I'm going to create a circle here. With a diameter of 1.88. Then circle again with a radius of 0.375. And then next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to create a line here, and then get the midpoint of that line. So from here until here, and then going to put a line with length of line of 0.94 degree off. Then next I'm going to trim these lines and going to remove this. Now we're going to create that part. Okay, I'm just going to extend here. Okay, I'm going to trim this one. The next thing I'm going to do is the fillet with a radius of 0.94. This one up to here, and then simply connect a line there until the end of that line. And then next thing that I'm going to do is this one. I'm going to extend it here, and also on the other side I'm going to extend it. Then I'm going to change the property of that line into magenta color and center to. Okay, and the next is I'm going to create this part. Okay, and then command line. Then this one with the length of 2.9 degree of 79. The next, since that is 0.58, going to do the offset with a distance of 0.29. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a guideline here. Until here. Okay, the next is I'm going to change my line tag into green color rather, and a scale of 0.02. And then I'm going to create this part. Since that is 1.76, I'm going to divide it into 2. That will be 0.88 in this part, degree of 79. The next here, also with the length of 0.88 degree of 79, line length of 0.88 degree of 101. Then next is I'm going to create a line here with the length of 0.50 degree of 12. Then also here with the length of 0.50 degree of 12. The next line here with the length of 0.50 degree of 171. Then line the length of 0.50 degree of 171. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the fillet of this this line. Okay, and then next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a guideline here, so don't be bothered with that guideline. And this one. And next thing I'm going to trim this one and this one and this one. Okay, so next is I'm going to remove these guidelines. Okay, and now I'm going to put the dimensions. Okay, command DIM. Sorry, I need to change first my dimension style manager. Click this plus sign, then continue. Go to lines and the line color red, and with the text of color green, and the primary units 2 decimal places, and close. And now I can start putting the dimensions. This line up to here 0.58. Okay, this line 1.76. Okay, so we're right. The next is line 2.26, and this line up to here 3.62, and this one 1.26, and from here until here 1.62. Okay, I'm going to put a dimension here of radius of 0.94, and this one radius okay, so sorry, it must not be radius, it must be diameter. Sorry about that. I'm going to command DIM diameter. This line, okay, that is 1.13, and this one. Next, I'm going to use this multi-leader command to input a dimension here. I'm going to change the color of into green, and with the diameter symbol with a diameter of 2.88, then save. And then next is I'm going to continue putting the dimensions. This one with a diameter of 2.62, and this one with a diameter of 1.88. And I'm going to create this part. So I'm going to change first my properties into green. Change into green, and then this one. Now I can create that part. So command circle, need to get the center, and then the radius of 2.38, enter. And then I'm going to trim the excess lines. This one, I'm going to trim this, and this one. Okay, I'm going to put the dimension, radius of 2.38. Next, I'm going to remove this. So, okay, I'm going to remove this also. I'm going to change my line properties. Should be white. Then line with the length of 1.70. Okay, 1.70. Okay, and this one 1.12 will be divided into 2. Line going up with the length of 0.56, and then line again 0.56 degree of 90. Next, I'm going to put a guideline here, the height of 1. Then I'll just simply connect it. And this one. Okay. Next thing that I'm going to do, first I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to create a circle here. A guide circle with a radius of 0.1875. And then I'm going to create a line from the top of that circle, upper part, and connect it to the end of this line. Also here, from the lower part of this circle until here. Again. Okay, and till here. Okay, I'm going to remove this circle. Going to trim these lines. This one. Let me check. Sorry, I should not trim this one, only in the middle. Okay, I'm going to select this line, going to remove it. Now I'm going to change the properties of this line to color green, and the line type of this one. Okay, I'm going to put the dimension. Okay, this one. 1.70. Okay, and then next is I'm going to put first this one. I forgot, 5.26. So from here until here, that is 5.26. Now I'm going to create this part of this figure. I'm going to use this 3.38 as my guideline. I'm going to change my property again, sorry. Line to, okay, then line with the length of 3.38. yes, it is 3.38 degree of 90. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to connect a line here. Going to trace it, and that is the intersection, and I'm going to connect it up in the upper part. Then line here, the length of 0.94, and connect it to that endpoint. Okay, then line, on the check 0.94. okay, and then to continue, going to extend a line here, to put a line here, 0.56, line here, 0.56, also in the middle, 0.56. okay, and then that is 0.56. I'm going to divide it into two, going right with a length of 0.28. okay, I'm going to extend it degree of 90. okay, and then line here, going left with the length of 0.28, and then connect it to that endpoint of that line. I'm going to trim this one, and this one. okay, and the next thing, I'm going to select this line and do the mirroring. No, I'm going to trim these lines and this guideline. okay, so next thing I'm going to do is this magenta line. So I'm going to change my property first, magenta, and this one center 2. So the line scale of 1. Then line, I'm going to use this circle as my reference. okay, sorry, again, line, and I'm going to drag it down until here, the end point. okay, next is the green line. Going to change the property again, and this one 0.02, the scale of that line. okay, and then line until here, and then I'm going to drag it with a length of 0.15. sorry, again, line, then I'm going to move it down by 0.15 and select this line. I'm going to do the offset of 0.30. okay, now I can proceed now putting the dimensions of this line. I'm going to change it first This one is 0.56. The next is this line from here until here of 0.94. Okay, I'm going to remove this guideline. And now we're already done with our first figure of our feed bracket. Okay, so now we're going to proceed in this second figure of our feed bracket. Going to start here. So as you can see, it aligns. So I'm going to change first the property of my line, command line. Then from here, with a length of 4.5, enter. The next is, as you can see from the purple line, from here it aligns. So I'm going to do that line, and I'm going to trace it until here. Okay, and then going to put here with the length of 1.88. Okay, 1.88, and then line again from here with the length of 0.56. Also here as a guideline, 0.56. Then I'm going to connect it downward. And the next thing that I'm going to do is this part. So create a line, line starting here with a length of 0.38. Okay, and then I'm going to extend it upward, guideline again, and then as you can see, this part from here until there, it aligns. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to input a guideline. So command line from here until the intersection of this one. Okay, so the length of this line on a given figure is 0.62 degree of 0. Enter. Then next, I'm going to trim this guideline. Continue. Line here. Okay. Then line again. From here, degree of 90. Okay, and then next is this part. So as you can see, it aligns. So I'm going to input first a guideline. Okay, and then I'm going to put a line here until it intersects. Okay, and then I'm going to trim this excess line. Again trim, and I'm going to remove this line. Okay, and the next is line here with the length of 0.70. Going to put it again. This part first. So you can see this line aligns with this part. Okay, so I'm going to put a guideline there. Command line from here. So I'm just going to extend it. Then line. Okay, line again. This part should have to fix it first. line length of this one. Okay, 0.62. And then next, this one. Okay, and then connect it on that part. The next is I'm going to put a line here with the length of 0.56. Okay, so I'm going to put first a guideline here with the length of 0.56 and then connect it here. And then next, I'm going to connect this one first. Okay, and this one I'm going to extend a line, put a line here until here. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do, going to put a guideline here again. It aligns from that purple line. Okay, then line, and then I'm just going to extend this one. Okay, and then I'm going to create a circle. With a radius of 0.1875. And this one, as you can see, this green line, it aligns with that upper part of that circle. Line. Okay, from here okay, I'm just going to extend it. Okay, and then okay, I will trim this one first. And then next is I'm going to do the fillet, radius of 0.12. One. Okay, I will just going to extend a line here. Then simply connect a line here. I'm going to extend it. This one, this part, fillet again. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a line here and also here. Okay, and then I'm going to trim this part. Now again going to create those guidelines, green lines rather. Okay, so I'm going to do the fillet first at this part, this line and this line. Then simply connect a line there until here. Then line. Going to change the properties of this line into green and the line type of this one. iso dash. Okay, next I'm going to select this line. I'm going to do the mirroring again, mirror again, select this line, okay, and then no, and then I just simply stretch this line. Going to extend it. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to trim this line. This one. Okay, this one and this one. Okay. Then I'm going to remove this guideline. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of the dimensions of this figure. Okay, this from here until here, 0.56. Next, here until here, 1.88. This one and this one, 0.62. And 0.70. So I'm just going to put it on the side of this dimension lines. This one on the left side. Okay. And then next, this part, dimension of from here till here, 0.56. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to do is this part. Okay, as you can see, a line. I'm going to create a line here with the length of 1.30. Okay, I'm going to change properties, green, and this iso dash. Okay, and then next I'm going to change the property again into color white. Next thing that I'm going to do is this one from here. Okay, until here, and then I'm just going to connect it from that end point of that line. Going to remove it, then line again from here. And with a degree of 51. Okay. Sorry, I think I need to change this part. Okay. Repeat. I'll repeat. This one must be degree of 51. Okay. And then I'm going to do is the fillet radius of 0.12, this line and this line, again, and then I'm going to change the properties. I'm going to put down the dimension of this line from here until here 1.30. Okay, and the next thing that I'm going to do is this part 5.06. I'm going to do that first as my guide dimension. Going to create a line here with the length of 5.06. Okay, then I'm going to put now the dimension of the line from there up to here. Then I'm going to trim this one, and this one. Okay, just need to remove also here this one. Then next, going to change first my property, then line, okay, and then I'm going to put this line with the length of 1.88. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is this part. As you can see, it aligns this one from the upper part of that circle. It aligns with this green line. Okay, so that is what I am going to do. Line here until, okay, I'll repeat, line, okay, I'm just going to extend it, then I'm going to trim this line. Okay, the next is this part. So from this green line until here, I'm just going to put the guidelines. This one, okay, from here and then this one, it aligns as you can see from that part of 0.94. Going to put a line here, and then I'm just going to extend it and then trim it. Okay, next thing and I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend the line. So this one, and also this, I'm just keep stretching these lines, and last one, this line. Okay, the next is at the center, this one from here, okay, until at that midpoint of that line. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a circle here with a radius of 0.1875. Okay. Then I'm going to do the fillet. This part, this one, and this one. Fillet. And this one. Sorry. Again. Okay, do the fillet again. Okay, and I just simply need to connect this line up to this line, and then fillet, and this one. Okay, I'm just going to extend or put a line here. The next part is this part. Okay, I'm going to put a line. The next is this line 1.12. So the length of this line is 1.12. Okay, and then I just need to put the line here. Okay, now I'm going to proceed from this line from 1.12 until here. And then I'm going to create a circle here. Circle. The radius of 0.1875. Then circle again with a diameter of 1.12. Okay. And then I'll just simply need to put a line here. Okay, this part. Okay, and then I'm going to trim some unnecessary guidelines. Okay, this one, we check. Okay, so I should not trim that part. I'm going to change the property of this line up to green and this iso dash. Okay, and the next part is that purple line. I'm just going to trim this part. Okay, and I'm going to do the fillet first of this line. And the next thing that I'm going to do is going to trim this one first. Okay, then go to properties, to magenta and center 2, and with a line scale of 1. And from here, sorry, again, okay, so until there. Okay, so I'm going to, okay, I'll repeat. I should have to remove first some of the lines from this circle. This one and this one, and I'm going to create again there line. Okay, that's it. And the next thing that I'm going to do is these green lines. Okay, so I'll just going to this part from here until there. Just need to change the property. Okay, and then I'm going to trim this line. Okay, so sorry, I should not trim that part. Okay, so you should be careful with that. And I'm going to change the property of this line and ISO dash, and also the line scale of 0.02. Okay, the next thing that I am going to do is I'm gonna remove that line, the fillet of this line up till here, fillet again, this line and this line. Okay, so next is this part 3.38. We will use that as a guideline. Going to change first my property. Okay, so from here 3.38, sorry again, from here with the length of 3.38. Okay, and then I just simply need to again okay, so now it's okay now. I'm just going to align it. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is this part. So line here with the length of 4.70. Okay, and then I'm going to going down degree of 90. Okay, sorry, I should not trim that part. And at that part, at that intersection, I'm going to create a circle. Going to change the property of the color line, circle rather. With a diameter of 1.12. Circle again. The radius of 0.1875. I'm going to remove these guidelines. The next thing that I'm going to do, I'm gonna put first my dimension here. Okay, and this one up till here 1.12. Okay, and this part 2.30. Okay, and the next thing, I'm gonna change first my property. It's a line here from this center until here with a length of 0.80. Okay, again 0.80 degree of 0, enter. And also at the upper part of this circle, degree of 0. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect a line here, then I'm going to trace it from that intersection and then connect it there. then line here up to this end line. Okay, then next I'm going to do the fillet, and now I'm going to create this part of this figure. So I'm just going to put a line here connected with that side of that small circle. Okay, until here, and connect it there. Then I'm going to put a guideline here. Then next we're going to create this 1.76 radius. Then go to draw, go to arc and select start end radius. Then from this until here, okay, the radius of 1.76. Okay, and the next is fillet, radius of 1.50. Enter this one and this line. Okay, and then I just need to extend a line here. Then I'm going to trim these unnecessary lines, and then line here. Okay, I'm going to remove this guideline. Next, I'm going to put a line also here. Okay, so we're almost done. I'm going to put dimensions. Going to change the color to red, then dimension from here until here. Okay, 4.70. This line up to here, 0.80. I just need to put it on the outside of the dimension. Okay, and the next DIM radius, this one radius of 1.76, and this one the radius of 1.50. Okay, just need to move it here. Okay, so going to put also here a dimension radius, diameter rather, and I'm going to use a multi-leader here for putting the dimension. Okay, I'm going to change first the color of the text into red. 6 by radius of 0, okay, sorry again, 0.1875, then save. Okay, so I also forgot to put the green lines at this part of this figure. Going to change the property and select the ISO dash, and then change the line scale to 0.03. Then simply connect a line there, also a line here, and then line until here. And the next I'm going to do is select this line, offset first, distance of 0.01, and select this line. Okay, so now we're already done. So I just need to put the fillet here. I forgot this line and this one and this line and this line. Okay, and I'm just going to trim this part, and then and connect a line here until this part. Okay, I'm going to change the property of this line into color white. Okay, so now we're already done